So just a little bit of a background with Blink Charging. So I've had the privilege of being involved in the sector now for around about 6 years. We were EB Charging previously in the UK. We were purchased by Blink a couple of years ago, where they were looking to come into the UK market, and they were looking for someone that was already doing the same vision as them, which is to provide accessible charge points to everyone within the local areas. So we're a global company. We've currently got around about 78,000 charge points worldwide. I think we're in 27 countries now. As EB Charging, our MD started looking at how to electrify the taxis, and he was looking to do a fully electric taxi company. He very soon realized that there was no charging available for anybody to be able to do that. And then after that, we started going into the sort of market of where the government was sort of trying to push, which was to try and provide on-street charge points. How do you get that to everyone? How do you get the ability to provide charge points to people that didn't have off-street parking? The grants and the associations that were out there were providing EV charge points for people, and you had the home charging scheme, and it was people who were actually able to purchase an EV still were able to get the grant for being able to put that onto their driveway. And that was kind of a backwards model in regards to the grant, in my opinion. You needed to provide the grants to people and the ability for people who couldn't actually access that, who couldn't afford to be able to put a charge point in the areas that they needed. The government has done an incredible amount of work, I would have to say, in providing the OLEV taxi rapid schemes. They've provided the ORCS funding scheme, so the on-street residential charging scheme, all the way up through now to Levi. We've been able to be a part of shaping how that infrastructure is installed within the UK. We've been able to apply for those grants with councils, on behalf of councils, to help them to apply for that. We're now, I think we've got around about 27 to 30 councils that we're actively working on ORCS schemes with currently. So it's been a huge part of our growth within it. It was mainly public sector charging that we were focusing on. We've got a short video that I'd like to play, if that's possible.
Blink Charging is on a mission to do our part in slowing climate change by reducing greenhouse gas emissions caused by transportation. Blink Charging is an integrated global manufacturer, owner, installer and operator of integrated EV charging solutions. We have deployed more than 66,000 chargers worldwide and continue to offer innovative EV products and business partnerships to drive the industry forward. Blink offers full turnkey services from initial site assessment, funding opportunities, right charger, right place expertise, to network operations and ongoing maintenance. Our comprehensive end-to-end delivery leverages more than 40 years of in-house expertise. Blink has supported local authorities and NHS estates provide sufficient EV charging facilities to match the increase in EVs being purchased and support net zero and green initiatives on the way. Our solutions are built future ready for your estates to allow the continued demand from staff, fleet and visitors. Blink's team of experts are here to support you on your journey to EV charging and beyond.
So in regards to accessibility,
Power the future today with Blink Charging.
In regards to accessibility, we've realised over the years that yes, we've been doing a lot of the government stuff that's there, but actually there's a lot of people that go to work, that take their car to work, and that is their only access to EV charging. So you saw there with regards to Evri, so they're a massive, obviously, delivery company, and they're providing an ESG access to what they need to provide for their fleet vehicles and their staff members. So they've got a demand that they have for salary sacrifice schemes, for people that are actually bringing EVs to work. Now, their dwell times at work is usually about a similar time to their dwell time at home. Between roughly 9 to 10 hours, most people are sort of parking their car. So there's an ability for accessibility within the workplace charging. Where are you parking your car to actually go to then to work? Is it a public car park? Is it a private car park? Can businesses, can areas be able to provide charge points in those areas, in those specific locations, that people that don't have access to off-street parking, people that live in flats, people that have had to take their vehicles home because they've been given a fleet vehicle that's electric, that they now have to charge their vehicle. But if they charge it on street, the tariff is higher. If they charge it at work, the tariff can be lower. So I think businesses and the access and joining that up together with regards to what we're trying to achieve, whether it's public sector work, whether it's commercial work, universally trying to actually have a key goal, which is to provide charge points to key locations for anyone that's able to use those locations, whether it's in service stations, lamppost chargers, rapid chargers. We provide it all, and we do everything with that, but we try to make sure that, again, right charger, right place, right location. We've been equipment agnostic previously, so we've been able to have a lot of influence with what products we were bringing to market and what technology was there, what was good, what was working, what was reliable. Now with Blink behind us, now with regards to the technology aspect and the manufacturing side that we have, we've been able to bring our own charge point to market, which is the EQ200, which is already vehicle to grid ready. So as we know, vehicle to grid is a future technology that's going to make a massive difference, being able to sell the energy out of your car to your next door neighbor who doesn't have access to it, who's able to change tariffs, who's able to buy a lower rate in the evening and sell at a higher rate at peak times. Our units have that capability. Our back office has that capability, is ready to turn on. We've got a lot of work to do with the integration of the vehicles and the power aspect and the power management of that and how that works. I'm not saying that we can switch it on right now, but I'm saying that we are looking to be able to provide the technologies and the innovations for people to be able to use that when they need it, and make sure that when they're purchasing something off us, that we're able to make sure that's future-proof for them going forward. Our work with the NHS with regards to my last point before I'll finish off. Our work with the NHS has provided us with a big opportunity to hit a lot of different sectors. So where you look at the NHS, you might look at, okay, so the visitors going to that site. But they have a duty for all of their fleet vehicles to be electrified by a certain time scale. Usually it's around about 2027. That might be pushed slightly with regards to the 2035 targets. But 2027, 2028 is when they're looking to electrify their fleets. That's one. You've got their staff members that have got salary sacrifice. I've got an NHS trust that have got 300 electric vehicles coming to site, and there's no charge points because they've done salary sacrifice to try and save money on the amount of money that they're spending each month with a company vehicle. You've got suppliers, Sodexo, one of the biggest in the UK, coming to site to deliver all the food aspect. They've got huge vehicles. There's a massive amount of power that's needed to get those vehicles on the road and keep those vehicles on the road. You've got visitors and dwell times that are hugely changing from half an hour to 4 hours to 12 hours, and they need to be able to get to site. Some people are driving, hours on end to get to one hospital because they're coming from Leeds because somebody's in the hospital in London, right? They need to be able to charge that vehicle to get back home, to go back through. So what those challenges give us is an opportunity to be able to provide a solution for the end user's needs. And our business is very focused on making sure that the end user is the person that gets the cleanest use, the best utilization, the cheapest cost, and the most reliable network. And that's what we're striving to do, so that anyone turning up to the charge point, wherever they are, is able to use that with contactless card readers. We're doing that across the board now, across all of our units. We're not sticking to the 8 kilowatts and above. We're just mandating that across our units, any public network that we're trying to do, to provide an easy solution for people to be able to use that. And that's very challenging on lamppost chargers and low utilization models where the data cost is higher than the actual kilowatt hours that you're taking out of it. But it's the end user that needs it, right? It's the end user that needs to be able to turn up to that charge point and do it without having to worry about downloading apps, without having to worry about not being able to charge on that charger when they desperately need it. So that's us. We've got 2 tables, round tables outside. We're doing one on public sector and the barriers around on-street and accessibility, including PAS 1899 with disabled access, how you overcome those challenges with drop curbs and that aspect. And then we've got one with my colleague Matt Nichols, who is going to be doing the NHS side. He's focused on making sure that the barriers are overcome with that, and the challenges that faces with shutdowns of power, etc. So that's us. Thank you very much.